You still have the nerve to vomit blood. If I did something as shameful as that, I would have killed myself. How did a person like him become the director of the Office of Academic Affairs? He is supposed to be an elder, but he has morality problems. I think we should revoke his teaching qualification. How did this happen? Why? I was so angry that I vomited blood, yet I feel so comfortable. It feels like I'm finally releasing bad tension. No. Zhang Xuan. I can't clarify the charge that I was deliberately suppressing you by giving you a 0 in the assessment. But what about that student who fell into chi deviation? He was in your classroom, right? How do you explain that? The original Zhang Xuan made this mistake. Looks like I can't change that. Well, you don't want to admit it. Mr. Baiyu, go find Zhao Yanfeng in Mr. Lu Sun's classroom and bring him here. Okay. Mr. Lu Sun is the star teacher in Hongtian Academy, right? Yeah, he is the most popular teacher in our academy. Why would he accept a student who had fallen into chi deviation in someone else's class? According to my previous memory, this student stopped going to my class after he fell into chi deviation. The previous owner of my body felt ashamed and never followed up. But how did that student end up in Mr. Lu Sun's class? Zhao Yanfeng fell into chi deviation and lost his foundation. He was about to drop out, but Mr. Lu Sun found him and accepted him as his student. After months of guidance and recuperation, this student's problems have all been solved. He has reached the peak of level 1 breath-gathering stage, and he will make a breakthrough at any time. Mr. Lu Sun not only helped a student who fell into chi deviation recover but also helped him reach the peak of the breath-gathering stage. He indeed deserves his reputation. Elder Shang, Zhao Yanfeng is here. Elder Shang. Well, Zhao Yanfeng, do you know this man? He is my former teacher, Zhang Xuan. I heard that you fell into chi deviation after he taught you. Is that true? It's true. Fortunately, Mr. Lu Sun saved me. Otherwise, I'm afraid I probably would have become useless. Miss Huang, Elder Mo, you have heard this. Let's put aside the assessment for now. Sooner or later, we will know what is right and what is wrong. Let's just talk about the fact that he made a student fall into chi deviation. The victim is right here. Isn't this convincing enough? The inquiry should continue. As a teacher, you made your student fall into chi deviation. This alone is enough to revoke your qualification, isn't it? Mr. Zhang, do you have anything to say for yourself? If you feel wronged, now is the time to defend yourself. But it depends on if Zhao Yanfeng accepts your excuse or not. Wronged? I'm not wronged. I did make him fall into chi deviation. I knew you would deny your wrongdoing. Zhao Yanfeng will tell us everything about what happened. Wait, what? You admitted it. This is too fast. Is he playing tricks again? Of course, I admit it. I did do that, and I should admit what I have done. That's good. Miss Huang, Elder Mo, you have heard it yourselves, right? He made his student fall into chi deviation. And he is showing no remorse at all. He even looks proud. This kind of person is not qualified to be a teacher. Alright, it's not a big deal. You are old already, but you still get excited easily. Don't you worry that your heart may not be able to take this and you may just drop dead. What the fucking nonsense are you talking about? Zhao Yanfeng, you're studying with Mr. Lu Sun now, right? You've probably improved a lot. Come on, show me what you've got. Show you what I've got. Everyone is talking about the matter that you made me fall into chi deviation, but you are asking me to show you what I can do. What the hell? Mr. Zhang, I think you'd better explain the chi deviation matter. What if your teaching was right, and something else went wrong? I already asked Mr. Lu Sun about Mr. Zhang's cultivation method. And Mr. Lu also said that Mr. Zhang's method was wrong, and if one were to cultivate in that way, chi deviation would be inevitable. Cut the crap. Just show me a set of boxing techniques first. Let me see if you have made progress recently. Mr. Zhang. Listen to Mr. Zhang. Perform a set of boxing techniques. Okay. He is still young, but he has good control of strength. His martial art is also skillful. He has great potential. Lu Sun has eliminated the effects of his chi deviation. What else can you see from this? What the fuck? You asked him to perform a set of boxing techniques, but you are not even watching it. What's wrong with you? Is it enough? Yeah. Okay, let's stop wasting time here. Since you have admitted that Zhao Yanfeng fell into qi deviation because of your teaching, and he can testify himself, you should just plead guilty now. There is no need to bother. Take it easy. Since you are all asking for my explanation, I will give it to you. In fact, I made him fall into qi deviation deliberately. What? Deliberately? Admitted, as a teacher, you taught incorrectly on purpose, and put your student in danger. Miss Huang, Elder Mo, there should be no question this time, right? Mr. Zhang, you admit it yourself, I can't help you anymore even if I want to. I wonder what I did to offend you. That made you try to kill me. You deliberately taught me wrong and made me fall into qi deviation. Why? Looks like you still didn't get it. Get it? Get what? You deliberately made me fall into qi deviation. What is there to get? Get what? Death. You guys haven't got it either. Get what? You taught him wrong on purpose. What else is there to understand? Get how you tried to kill your student. Alright, since no one gets it, I will explain. This student was born with blocked meridians. Blocked meridians. This is not a special kind of physique, but an illness. This kind of person gets a lot of nodes in his or her meridians, and the qi cannot pass through the whole body. Even if they can cultivate, their achievements will be limited. The level 1 stage is the highest level they can achieve. It's basically impossible for them to reach level 2. Born with blocked meridians. Is he talking about me? I was born with blocked meridians. It's impossible. I have never felt any resistance when I cultivate. There is no way I was born with blocked meridians. No resistance. Let me ask you, before you fell into qi deviation, had you ever felt short of breath while cultivating? Every time you gathered your qi, would you have the feeling your whole body was getting torn apart from the inside? How do you know? Is it true? You are being unreasonable. Even if Zhao Yanfeng was born with blocked meridians. What does that have to do with qi deviation? That's what you think. Then tell me, what are the characteristics of qi deviation? When someone falls into qi deviation, the power in his body will get out of control. He will lose himself and fall into a crazed state. Are you saying that you were trying to break his nodes and unblock his meridians by making him fall into qi deviation? This is impossible. Using qi deviation to break meridian nodes. This is too crazy to be true. This idea absolutely will change the entire cultivating world. Let me ask you then, after your qi deviation, have you ever experienced those feelings again during cultivation? During my cultivation in the past, I always felt my whole body was going to explode. After the qi deviation, this feeling did disappear. Before I always thought it was due to Mr. Lu Sun's teaching. Could it be because of Mr. Zhang? Never again. Power will run crazily and violently in your body when you fall into qi deviation, but it can burst out stronger than usual power as well, although it can't eliminate blocked meridians. But it can alleviate the symptoms and make your qi run smoother. I was trying to solve this hidden problem in you at that time, so I made you fall into qi deviation. There could have been follow-up steps that could make your cultivation even easier and help you go further. Mr. Zhang. But, you left without saying goodbye, and regarded me as your enemy. Bullshit, this is impossible. Besides, even if this is the case, if you had explained this beforehand, Zhao Yanfeng would definitely not have left. It's called qi deviation, you can't control it. And if I told him in advance, Zhao Yanfeng might feel afraid and not dare to take the risks. No matter how good at talking you are, it still can't prove that qi deviation can break through blocked meridians. I don't believe it. I know this is shocking, it doesn't matter if you don't believe it. I just checked your body, you have reached the peak of the level 1 breath-gathering stage, you are only one step away from a breakthrough. How long do you think it will take you to make the breakthrough with normal cultivation? Mr. Lu said if I work tirelessly, I can reach the level 2 Dantian formation stage within 6 months. Zhao Yanfeng's talent is mediocre, it would be pretty hard for him to make a breakthrough in 6 months with Mr. Lu Sun's teaching. I agree with him, I think Mr. Lu's judgment is quite reasonable. 6 months. No need. I can help you make the breakthrough in an hour. 1 hour. Impossible. It's even hard to break through in 6 months, and now you are saying that you can make it happen within an hour. Cultivation is not as easy as eating or drinking. It can't be done in a short time. Everything must be done step by step with countless accumulations. You will never make it without months of hard work, but you are saying that 1 hour is enough. What? You don't believe me? He used chi deviation to break my blocked meridians. A teacher who can help me make a breakthrough easily. He probably is not lying. I don't blame you for not believing me. You fell into chi deviation because of me after all. But if you miss this opportunity, you will have to spend 6 months or more. He is telling the truth about my blocked meridians. But help me break through level 1. This is like a dream. But what if he really is able to help me make the breakthrough within an hour? Mr. Zhang, I want to have a try. Good, you won't regret it. Sit down with your legs crossed and clear your mind. I will use silver needles to help you clear your acupoints and increase the concentration of qi. You just need to hit the Dantian formation state step by step. Okay. Break through the early level 2 Dantian formation state. I made it. Within such a short time. Really? He helped him to make the breakthrough within such a short time. Am I seeing this right? He just poked him randomly with a needle. How did he do this? Thank you, Mr. Zhang. I doubted and insulted Mr. Zhang at first. And I left him and joined Mr. Lu Sun's class. If I get the chance, I will definitely quit his class and come back to Mr. Zhang's class again. When I was trying to break through level 1, I struggled a lot, but look at him now. I wish I had Mr. Zhang at the time. Mr. Zhang, I know Tao is just average. But if you can accept him, I can be your student too. What? You are shameless. Are you thinking about forcing Mr. Zhang to accept you too? What a shameless man. Mr. Zhang, ignore him. Look at me, I'm at the peak of level 5 power strengthening stage already. I want to be your student too. If you feel that it's not proper for me to be your student because I'm the young lord, I can abandon my title. We can talk about this later. Do you still think that I made you fall into chi deviation because I don't know how to teach? You were trying to help me. It's my fault that I was not being grateful. Please forgive me, Mr. Zhang. Elder Zhang, do you have anything else to say? I can't explain the assessment matter, and now even the student thinks that letting him fall into chi deviation was just to help him cultivate. Alright, save it. I'm announcing now. Mr. Chao Xiong slandered his colleague, and his morality as a teacher is corrupted. His teaching qualification will be revoked. At the same time, he will receive 100 beatings from the immortal slaying rod. As a teacher, Shang Bin deliberately framed his colleague for his personal gain. He will be suspended now for further investigation. As for Shang Chen, as an elder and the director of the Office of Academic Affairs, he not only suppressed a teacher but also deliberately embarrassed him. He even manipulated the teacher qualification assessment's results. He will be dismissed now as an elder and director of the Office of Academic Affairs. We will report this to the union for further punishment. I see. I suppressed a teacher and manipulated the teacher qualification assessment's results. I'm done. I got in great trouble this time. Mr. Zhang, sorry for bothering you today. It's the union's negligence to have such scum among teachers. It's okay, having 1 or 2 rotten eggs is normal. Well, I will get back to the union and take care of these matters now, and I will give you a fair result. Mr. Zhang, we should go too. You are going to teach me painting and calligraphy. Alright. If it weren't for Mr. Wang, Bai Sun, and Huang Yu to arrive just in time, it would definitely have cost a lot more power to handle this. As for Zhao Yanfeng, the previous owner of my body made him fall into chi deviation, and now I helped him reach level 2, so now we are even. I was just saving my skin anyway. From now on, I can stop worrying about being expelled. Why are these two not going home? Why are they following me around? But I learned today that, if I want to gain a foothold in this world and not to get picked on by others, I have to become a noted teacher. If I want to become a noted teacher, I must first become a tutor. Oh right, Miss Huang Yu, how can I become a tutor? That's a kind of title. It doesn't need assessment like it does to become a teacher. It mainly depends on luck. As long as a noted teacher hires you, you will become a tutor. You are a tutor, but why do you open a bookstore? Although I was lucky enough to be taken on by Mr. Lu, I'm still too young and I need more knowledge to be a convincing teacher. So I followed Mr. Lu's arrangement and opened a small bookstore in a shopping mall where there are a lot of people so that I can cultivate myself, sharpen my edge, and learn more knowledge. Then, how exactly will Mr. Lu Chen evaluate you? What made you guys come to learn from me? We both want the Mo Xian painting that Mr. Lu Chen has treasured for many years. He deliberately set up a big puzzle, so that he can assess us. Mo Xian painting. The Mo Xian painting by the painting master Mo Chenzi. They know nothing about calligraphy and painting. Why do they want this painting? In fact, we don't know much about calligraphy and painting. We just see the Mo Xian painting as a prize. As a prize. She and I both took a fancy to this Mo Xian painting. And Mr. Mo Chen said that whoever passes the assessment first will get it, and the assessment is identifying calligraphy and painting. Mr. Zhang, you know a lot about calligraphy and painting. And you can identify so many problems with just one look. Can you teach us? Yeah, please teach us. Teach you guys. I can identify calligraphy and painting because I have the Library of Heaven's path. In fact, I know nothing about calligraphy and painting. How can I teach you? Lu Sun's classroom, Hongtian Academy. I've heard of your fame since I wasn't in the academy. There are a lot of students who want to be your students. You are indeed living up to your reputation, Mr. Lu. All these students are trying everything they can to get in your class. I'm flattered, Elder Hong. I'm just trying my best to train students. My reputation is built by their care and support. The quality of these students can tell us if you are good or not. Among the top 100 students in the entrance examination this time, there were over 70 students who applied to your class and got accepted. It's my honor that students are willing to come to my class. You are a busy person, Elder Hong. What brings you here today? Is there anything I can help with? I will try my best as long as it's not beyond my power. There is something I need your help with. Your father and I are old friends. I have known you since you are a child. I know you are an upright person, so Iota want you to help me investigate a teacher. Don't mention my father. He is just a stick in the mud. Tell me, who is it? Zhang Xuan. Zhang Xuan, are you talking about the teacher who made his student fall into qi deviation? How did this guy who got a 0 in the assessment offend Elder Hong? Exactly. After he made a fuss in the restaurant, the business has come to a halt. If I wasn't worried about my identity, I would have rushed to knock him down. He is just a trash teacher. He will get fired sooner or later. Are you in conflict with him? Just some small things. I heard that the Office of Academic Affairs has issued a final warning to him, that if he can't get any student this semester, his teacher qualification will be revoked and he will be expelled from the academy. So, I hope you can take in his students. Take in his students? Yeah, as the star teacher in Hongtian Academy, you are the only one who can do this. It's hard to expel a teacher who has students. But if he has no student, it will be much easier. You don't need to hesitate. Do you still remember Zhao Yanfeng? If we allow Zhang Xuan to continue teaching classes, that kind of thing will happen again. Alright, I will let the news out today that I intend to recruit his students. Great, we have a deal then. I will host a banquet for you at the restaurant later. Mr. Lu. Wang Yan, what's the matter? Wang Yan, he is the grandson of the second elder of the Wang family. Mr. Lu, did you run into some difficulties in cultivation? You can just say it. Mr. Lu is very knowledgeable and he is the best teacher in the whole academy. If you have any problems, just ask him. He can definitely help you solve them. Here I go then. I want to withdraw from your class. Please allow me to do this, Mr. Lu. Withdraw from my class. Others are fighting to get into my class, but you want to withdraw. Did you run into some unspeakable problems, or get threatened by someone? No, this is my decision, and Mr. Wang has agreed. Mr. Wang has agreed too. What's wrong with them? Do you know that no one will dare to accept you in the whole academy if you withdraw from my class? As long as I can withdraw from your class, I will be able to go to sit in on Mr. Zhang Xian's class. Please allow me to do this. He wants to withdraw from my class to sit in on Zhang Xian's class. He'd rather be a sit-in over there than be my student who I teach personally. Sit-in status is low. Isn't Zhang Xian the worst teacher in the academy? We haven't released the news yet. Why is a student coming to withdraw from his class? You know that Mr. Zhang Xian made a student fall into qi deviation. Why do you want to be his sit-in? Mr. Lu. Zhao Yanfeng, you are here just in time. Wang Yan wants to withdraw from my class and join Mr. Zhang Xian's class as a sit-in. Tell him what was like when you were cultivating with Mr. Zhang and let him know how stupid this decision is. Mr. Lu, actually, just like Wang Yan. I want to sit in on Mr. Zhang's class as well. You want to go too? He made you fall into qi deviation, shouldn't you hate him deeply? In fact, I owe him a great debt of gratitude. I feel so guilty that I left without saying goodbye to him last time. Owe him a great debt of gratitude? Are you kidding me? Because he made you fall into qi deviation. Left without saying goodbye, you escaped from him, okay. Feel guilty, you were cursing him every day, and you never seemed guilty. Alright, if you two have made up your mind, I will cancel your enrollment later. Thank you, Mr. Lu. Great, we can go sit in on Mr. Zhang's class now. You guys are not my. Disappear immediately. Where did they go? DMN it, they ran fast. I haven't finished my sentence yet. Damn it. How dare you take away my student? Then don't blame me for what I'm going to do to you. Zhu Hong. Mr. Lu. Go to Mr. Zhang Xian's classroom, and give him my challenge letter. Tell him that during the freshman competition next month, I will have a teacher evaluation with him. Okay. Challenge letter. During the freshman competition, are you planning? Yeah. He dares to take my student from me. I have never been so humiliated. Since he dares to do this, he will have to be able to face my wrath. Are you really planning to do the teacher evaluation with him? Of course, not only will I do it with him, but I will also make a bet with him. If he loses, all his students will be mine. I was planning to use Zhao Yanfeng to get the attention of famous teachers and become a teaching assistant. But now, my student withdrew from my class just to sit in on his classes. And he scored 0 during the assessment. This will hurt my reputation, people will laugh at me. So, no matter what, I have to save face. Will Mr. Zhang be okay? Don't worry, we have all listened to Mr. Zhang's class, and we are impressed. Yeah, Lu Yang must have been convinced already too, he will be fine. Mr. Zhang Xian. Where is your beloved, Mr. Zhang? Ask him to show up. Who are you? How dare you come to Mr. Zhang's classroom and make a fuss? Don't be impulsive, he is, Zhu Hong. No, for in the entrance examination. Zhu Hong. You can recognize me, you know your stuff, huh? This is a challenge letter from our teacher Mr. Lu Sun. He is going to have a teacher evaluation with your teacher in the freshman competition next month. Teacher evaluation, with Mr. Lu Sun. Lu Sun, he is the most popular teacher in the academy. And he has a lot of good students. Why he is challenging Mr. Zhang? Right, Zhang Xian offended Mr. Lu, so Mr. Lu wants to teach Zhang Xian a lesson. I'm putting the letter here. Give him this later. If he doesn't dare to accept the challenge, he should just admit defeat and go apologize to Mr. Lu in his classroom. Otherwise, he will make a fool of himself. Wait. You broke our classroom door, and spoke about Mr. Zhang without any respect. You must apologize now. You want me to apologize? It depends on whether you have the ability to make me apologize. You are crossing the line. Zhao Ya. What are you looking at, fatty? Zhao Ya, are you okay? You are from the Wang family, right? How did you end up coming to study with this trash teacher too? Who are you? Calling trash teacher. Looks like you haven't had enough lessons yet. Let me show you the difference between us. A bunch of garbage. This is just a warning. Go tell Mr. Zhang Xian to go admit his mistakes as soon as possible if he doesn't have the guts to accept the challenge. Otherwise what? What did you just say? Otherwise what? Xingyang. Otherwise, you will lose the teacher evaluation. You are not the one to decide who is the winner. Go tell Lu Sun that I accept the challenge. Mr. Zhang. I only just managed to get Huang Yu and Bai Sun to leave, and now Lu Sun is picking on me too. Lu Sun, you have hundreds of students, right? What's the big deal that Wang Yan wants to sit in on my classes? That's a good choice. See ya. Mr. Zhang, he was being rude and broke our door, and he hurt us too. If we let him go like this, everyone will pick on us in the future. What? I haven't beaten you enough or what? There are just a few students in this filthy place. Why do you need a door? No one will try to sneak into your classroom. Stop dreaming. Besides, if you want to stop me, just come. I'm standing right here. If you want to keep me here, do it then. Do you want to teach him a lesson? Can I? Of course. Yuan Tao, you have the lowest strength but you have the best self-control. I will teach you a few moves later, so you can beat him up and make him pay for the door. Just don't hurt him too badly. In addition, we need to be fair during the fight, so you should not go any further than necessary. We need to maintain a friendly atmosphere. Beat me up and make me pay for the door. Alright, if you guys can beat me, not only will I pay for your door, I will also give him 1,000 gold coins. You will pay no matter who beats you. Of course, but these people need at least 10 more years of cultivation to beat me up. This is your chance to make some money. Yuan Tao, you should go first, and remember what I said, be gentle with him. Me? Don't worry, I will teach you 3 simple moves now. You will definitely win. Preparing at the last minute, they are just learning it now, I'm afraid it's too late. And just 3 moves. You guys should come and learn this as well, so that you can win some money later too. Mr. Zhang, Yuan Tao, you have to trust Mr. Zhang, he would never just say something without meaning it. I got beaten already, the worst that can happen is I get beat up again, right, I can handle it. Okay. You have to remember the moves I'm teaching you now. Yes, Mr. Zhang. Okay, this is the first move. Spread your fingers apart, and then grab your left hand forward. Second move, move your left foot to the right. Third move, make a fist with your right hand and strike forward. Mr. Zhang, that's it. Mr. Zhang, are you kidding me? These are the most basic techniques, and you are performing them quite substandard. He just taught those crappy moves in front of me, and he wants them to beat me up. Does he think I'm a dead man? Okay, 3 simple moves. Go, Yuan Tao, you will beat this guy if you do it well, no problem at all. Mr. Zhang, I know I'm not the best martial artist, but what you just showed us is even less reliable. Go, you can do this. Forget it, let's fight. Come on, do it. Do you really want to fight me? You are asking for this. The 3 moves I just taught you, reverse the first 2 moves, replace the left hand with the right hand, and use the right foot instead of the left foot. Sound transmission through chi formation, it's Mr. Zhang. The last move remains the same, but use your fingers instead of your fist, and then attack him 10 centimeters below the ribs. Remember, it must be 10 centimeters and no more, no less. Is this guy reversing the moves? Sure enough, he is reversing them. I trust Mr. Zhang, go. Damn. The last move is not reversed. This place is. How did he know my life gate acupoint? You. What are you doing? We are still fighting, right? Ha ha ha. Wait a minute. You. How can this be? When did Yuan Tao become so? I was right, I told you to trust Mr. Zhang. Enough, Yuan Tao, I told you to teach him a lesson, not beat him to death. Fine. You are so despicable. Despicable, so what if I am? You want another lesson? Yuan Tao, look at what you've done to him, that's enough. Next. Zheng Yang, go and give it a try. This is the perfect chance for you to practice, don't let it go to waste. Shouldn't he have let me go? Why did he ask other students to fight me? He came at me first just now and was kicked away by me. It's painfully obvious that he's weak. Thanks to that fatty, I know better now. As long as I avoid those 3 strikes, I'll be fine. Besides, if I don't get back at them after being beaten to a pulp just now, how will I face my teacher? Come at me. Sure. Zheng Yang, Yuan Tao struck at Zhu Hong's life gate acupoint with his 3rd move. The rest is up to you. Sound transmission through chi formation, thank you, Mr. Zhang. He's going for my life gate acupoint too, that cunning bastard. I knew it. I won't be taken down by such a shallow move twice. It was a feint, why isn't he using those 3 moves now? Damn it. You're dead. Fuck. Fuck. You, despicable bastards. Hit somewhere other than my lifegate acupoint if you can. Despicable. There is no such thing as despicable in a fight. But fine, I won't strike at your lifegate acupoint again. You said you wouldn't strike at my lifegate acupoint again, but then you hit me immediately. Why can't you just give me a break? Why are my face and lifegate acupoint the only places you're striking at? I want fairness and justice. You should not go any further than necessary, bunch of bullcrap. Stop. I yield. So soon. So soon your ass. My lifegate acupoint was already struck twice, and I can't see anything past my swollen eyes. If this goes on, I might very well die. Awesome, Zhaoya, it's your turn. Yes, sir. Wang Ying, Lu Yang, you two are next after Zhaoya. Got it. Can I join too? Get ready. Here I come. Alright, pay up, 1,000 gold coins for each one of us, and money for door reparations. 10,000 in total. 10,000, there are only 5 of you guys, how can it be 10,000? What are you talking about? I can't hear you. You wouldn't be able to calculate anyway, so I will just tell you. You owe each one of us 1,000, and for the door you broke. Not too expensive, so 5,000 gold coins will do, 10,000 in total, got it. But it's fine if you don't want to compensate. Mr. Zhang, he ranked 4th in the entrance examination, can the compensation be offset if he practices with us? Yes, but as schoolmates, you must show restraint. I'll pay. I'll compensate you. Lu Sun's classroom in Hongtian Academy. Mr. Lu, do you think Zhang Xuan will accept your challenge? Who cares if he accepts or not? Now that he stole my student, then I must teach him a lesson. If not, how will I keep my standing in Hongtian Academy? Yeah. Mr. Lu. Please help me. Who? I'm Zhu Hong. Zhu Hong. Didn't I ask you to pass on the message to Zhang Xuan? What happened to you? Somebody hit me. As a teacher, how could Zhang Xuan hit you? It was his students. It wasn't Mr. Zhang who hit me. His students. You mean, Zhaoya and Zhengyang. They fought you together, that's not right, although they aren't exactly of low rank. I personally guided you and you'd break through at any time, even if they joined forces, they should not be any match for you. It was true at the start. But Mr. Zhang showed up at some point. He taught them 3 moves. And suddenly, it was as if they were blessed by the gods themselves. Yuan Tao was the first to fight me. Looks like they found your lifegate acupoint. Those 3 moves were just a distraction to divert your attention. However, discovering the lifegate acupoint doesn't mean they'll win. After all, that's not the only factor that brings about victory in a fight. The opponent's reaction is part of what determines who wins and who loses, but for 2 people with almost identical cultivation bases, your opponent finding out your lifegate acupoint puts you at a disadvantage. I know for one thing that his students are not the type to discover your lifegate acupoint and then use it to their advantage, so this must be Zhang Xuan's work. I initially thought that a fight with him would be too easy, that it would be a bore, but seems like it's getting more and more interesting. But it's no big deal. I'll help you break through to level 2 now. Once you succeed, your lifegate acupoint will transfer, then, you can get back at them. Thank you, Mr. Lu. By the way, Elder Hong Hao, aren't you quite close with Elder Shangchen? Isn't turning to the Office of Academic Affairs for help better than me dealing with Zhang Xuan? I don't want to put Elder Shangchen in a position where he has to force Zhang Xuan's students to choose a new teacher. And if Elder Shangchen does that, Zhang Xuan may escalate the matter to the teacher union and say that he was picked on. Isn't that far more troublesome? Lu Sun. Elder Hong Hao. Mr. Wang, what brought you here? Have you heard about the Office of Academic Affairs? What happened? You haven't heard. Elder Shangchen was removed from office. It was an order issued by the teacher union. Elder Shangchen was removed from office. But why? From what I hear, it was because he framed another teacher, but another said that he was unfair when he held the Enlightenment Will trial. In any case, it was discovered by the teacher union. He is now dismissed. Chao Xiong applied for the Enlightenment Will trial today. Are the 2 things related? He framed somebody. He was unfair. Which teacher's doing was this? To have taken down Elder Shang Chen with help from the teacher union. Though Elder Shang Chen is just the director of the Office of Academic Affairs, he has a very strong backing. Many elders from the teacher union are close friends with him. It must have been no easy feat to take him down. I heard it was that good-for-nothing teacher from our academy, Zhang Xuan. Mr. Zhang, him again. He made my student withdraw from my lessons. Under his guidance, they beat No. 4 among the freshmen into a pulp. He caused Supreme Restaurant to crash after having a meal there. That was a building that has stood proud for more than a decade. Not only that, but he also took down Elder Shang Chen. Is Zhang Xuan truly the weakest teacher in our academy? Okay, that's all for today. Cultivate hard just like how I taught you. The teacher evaluation will be held in 2 weeks. I don't want to lose, so you better not make me lose, either. Got it, Mr. Zhang. You may go back and have a rest. You say, Mr. Zhang has reached level 6 acupoint opening stage. He made Zhao Yanfeng fall into chi deviation on purpose. Even the young lord, Bai Sun, turned to him for advice. Yes, you saw what happened in the Enlightenment Will Tower as well as the matter concerning Zhu Hong. Mr. Zhang's capabilities are too obvious. I think Mr. Lu Sun's challenge for Mr. Zhang is a good opportunity to restore Mr. Zhang's reputation. I hope we can cultivate hard in the coming half-month to make him be proud, as well as to make a name for ourselves. That's right, he's gentle and magnanimous. He even shook off what those B***stards did to him as if it was nothing. As his students, we have the responsibility to help restore his repute. I agree. Count us in. Well then, we must do our best to cultivate during this time and let those who look down on Mr. Zhang see just what we've got in the freshman competition. The competition in half a month. Zhao Ye and Wang Ying have good cultivation bases. With my cultivation techniques, they will surely improve drastically. Jing Yang and Lu Yang are both talented and ambitious. Under my guidance, I believe they should be able to greatly improve their cultivation bases. The problem lies rather in the rogue cultivator, Yuan Tao. He does not have any backing nor connections and is barely exposed to cultivation techniques. If he wants to make progress in such a short time, I'm afraid. Unless I can activate his ancient rhino horn dragon bloodline. But how should I do that? Why am I in the Library of Heaven's Path? The Library of Heaven's Path generated a book. Can I search for answers to my question in it? Could this be about activating special corporeity? There are 3 ways to activate most special corporeity. First, cultivate hard. Second, figure out the attribute of their special corporeity and take the corresponding pills. Third, what the hell is this? Die or be poisoned. Stab with a blade for more than 70 times. Swallow poison so that blood comes out of your 7 orifices. What if it fails? Yuan Tao would die. Looks like only the second way is viable. Well then, a trip to the Alchemist Union. Perhaps I can obtain pills to activate Yuan Tao's ancient rhino horn dragon bloodline as well as Zhao Ye's purine body. There are alliances for almost all upper professions, such as the Teacher Union, the Blacksmith Union, the Formation Union and the Beast Trainer Union. Alchemists are no exception. As one of the top 6 special professions, alchemists place slightly lower than teachers in the social ladder, but they are just as respected. It's a desirable profession. After all, getting hurt and breaking through are some of the few things all cultivators must experience, and alchemists can help with both of these things. That's why it's never too quiet in the Alchemist Union. Countless people stop by here to either purchase medicine or ask for advice every day. Alchemy. If only those scoundrels wouldn't come today. Sir, what can I do for you? Do you sell books here? You know, books about pills that can activate special corporeity. Please turn right, go straight and then turn left at the second crossroad. There, you'll pass 3 blocks before arriving at Huang Yu's bookstore. This is the Alchemist Union. See you. No, I want books about the efficacy of pills. There aren't such books in the bookstores. We don't sell books here. Buying books from the Alchemist Union. You're better off ordering shoes at a restaurant. Why is she so rude? Is it because she's on her period? Well, I assume there's a library in the Alchemist Union. Can you show me the way? Sure, but I'm letting you know that we have 2 libraries, the primary one and the advanced one. However, only apprentices of alchemists are permitted to enter even the primary library. Are you an alchemist, or an apprentice of an alchemist? Alchemist's apprentice. You mean anyone can take the exam to become an alchemist's apprentice? You want to take that exam too? Yeah, if I could. I know an examination place nearby. I can take you there now if you want to take it. You know nothing but flirting with girls, you've never been to a single apprenticeship class, and you've never read any books on herbs or alchemy, and now you want to take the exam. I'll see how you're going to keep lying. About that exam, what are the exam questions? Do I need to read any books in preparation? You were blatantly hitting on me and I put up with that. Then you were intentionally wasting time and I put up with that too. You should at least try to seem educated if you want to win my affection. One must memorize the properties and characteristics of 100,000 kinds of herbs, as well as the origin and history of alchemists as a profession. That's all. Sounds pretty easy. Where are the books on these herbs? I'm going to read them now. Are you saying it's easy? Every herb has different characteristics and produces various reactions by different combinations. It's incredible to memorize the name of 100,000 types of herbs alone, let alone their properties. I've been trying to memorize those for years and I believe I have a good memory, but I still get confused during tests. Forget it, you're just bragging in front of me anyway. I'll see how you make a fool of yourself later. Come with me, the books are sold right at the examination location. Mr. Lee. Hi there, are you coming for books or the exam? Not me, it's this gentleman, he would like to take the alchemist apprenticeship exam. You want to take the exam? Yes. 2,000 gold coins for registration fees. The money will be refunded if you manage to pass the exam. No refund if you fail. The rule is to prevent ignorant people from wasting our time. All right. Luckily, I had scrounged a fortune from that scammer Yang Mo. I knew it, he's a rich plah. We have to work for a long time to get 2,000 gold coins. He paid this much without hesitation just for my attention. What a playboy. A test will happen to be held in 4 hours today. You can come over in 4 hours. 4 hours? A single trip coming here from school takes 2 hours, so it is impossible to go back. Do you have any reference books here? Can I read them here for a while? You want to cram for the exam? Sure you can. That room is full of books. You can either read or buy some of them. However, you only have 4 hours before the exam begins. Don't you think it's a little too late to start studying now? I'll just flip through some of them. I don't need to buy any books. Still lying. Ha, I'll be observing you to the end then. Let's see how much longer you can keep lying. Sounds like he's flipping through books. What is he doing exactly? Maybe he doesn't find the books he wants to read. Just leave him be. You should read for a while too. Time is precious. Okay. It requires hard work to master any skills. It's impossible to learn everything overnight. This is especially true for alchemy. I thought alchemy was simple. I assumed it would work as long as I had the recipe and added herbs one by one according to the instructions. Now it doesn't seem easy at all. No wonder it's difficult to be a noted teacher. Alchemy alone is already so complicated, and a noted teacher often masters multiple professional skills. That's incredible. This guy is too good at bragging. It's been 4 hours already. You're done. The examination will start soon. Go inside now. Okay. Have you heard? Our examiner is the president of the Alchemist Union of Tianxian Kingdom, the only one-star middle alchemist, Ouyang Cheng. I thought it was going to be Alchemist Du Man. I didn't expect him to be the examiner. Oh no, he is famous for being strict with examinees. We'll have no chance to cheat. Silence. I guess you all have some confidence in yourselves since you came here for the examination. I'll make it clear to you all first. If you're caught cheating, you will be banned from taking the exam for life. Now that I've stated the rules, I will talk about the content of the examination. The exam contains a total of 3 rounds of tests. The first round, quiz on paper. The second round, time-limited herb identification. As for the third round, it's easier, cultivation-based assessment. Now that I'm done with the introduction, we will now proceed to the first round. Answer these questions in 2 hours. Finish those questions in 2 hours. There are so many of them. I traversed into another world and became a teacher, yet I'm still taking exams. Why does it feel so similar to my previous life? The test sheets have been distributed. You may begin answering now. You have 2 hours only. The books on alchemy I imported to the library should come in handy now. Defects. The Alchemy Apprenticeship exam papers of the Alchemist Union of Tianxian Kingdom are produced from straws by craftsmen in Baiyi Workshop. Defects. First, this paper's quality is poor. It is not suitable for long-time storage and prone to pests. Second, this paper does not hold ink well. Ink easily diffuses. What the hell? I want answers to the quiz questions, not the quality analysis of this paper. Seems like I can't make it find defects like I did during treasure appraising. I should try focusing on these quiz questions instead. Please describe the classification of greenleaf grass and the characteristics of grayfinger flowers. Search. Greenleaf grass can be divided into purple-stemmed type, yellow-stemmed type, and black-stemmed type. Grayfinger flowers are characterized by. I knew it would work. Yet another rich kid trying his luck here. We never reuse any of the quiz questions in these exams. There's never been a single question asked twice. They won't be able to pass the exam even if they come here every day to try. I guess it's time to forbid those rich boys from trying their lick. This fast? No way. It's only been a short while and he's already finished answering the questions. Did he give up on the exam because he knew he couldn't pass it? May I ask when the next round of exam will start? Go wait outside, come back when you get notified. We won't notify you if you fail the quiz, so get ready to go home if you don't hear anything from us. Okay. How conceited. Sir, should we mark his quiz answers now? There's no need to mark the answers of the likes of him, it's only going to ruin my mood. It takes 2 hours to finish the quiz, isn't it? How come you get out of there 1 hour ahead? Why did you even bother to ask? Of course he gave up on it because it's too difficult. Why has she kept dissing me since a while ago? Alright, time's up, put your test paper on the table and go wait outside the door. Those who pass the quiz will be notified for the next round of the exam. Oh Yang, how did it go? Is there anyone who can pass the quiz? I happen to need an apprentice. Pass. Just take a look at these responses. I see nothing but bullshit. I'm afraid the Alchemist Union would be disgraced if they were recruited as our apprentices. What's wrong with this quiz paper? Oh Yang, you didn't mark this. It's submitted by an arrogant brat. I don't need to mark it as I know that he will not pass the quiz. I'd rather not mark it to save my sanity. A brat, let me see what answers he wrote. I am wondering how he made you decide he'd fail the quiz even without looking at his answers. These rich brats know nothing about alchemy. They're qualified to take the exam because of their money. They have no respect to the Alchemist Union. Not really, oh Yang. Please take a look. What's wrong? Do his answers look hilarious to you? I don't want to waste my time, anyway. How could this be possible? Not a single mistake. Yes, there is not a single mistake in his answers. A few of these are difficult questions we specifically designed. I myself could have been misled by the description and made a mistake. But I saw that kid finish his quiz in only an hour. He wasn't even paying attention to it. How come? He got it all correct. Not even could I have done it so well. Could it be that the kid's knowledge of alchemy has surpassed mine? So the Library of the Heavenly Path not only can copy the content of secret books and combine them to produce Heavenly Path divine techniques, but also enables me to learn stuff quickly. I have already memorized and internalized all those books I read in that room before. Attention, everyone. It's Zhu Huahua. He is an apprentice of Alchemist Du Man. Seems like it's time to announce the results. I'll finally be able to expose your pretentious self once the quiz results are out. You'll be done for. A total of 3 people have passed the quiz test. The first one is Sun Tao from Luyuan City. Correct rate, 91%. What? I passed. Congratulations. Well done. The second one is Qian Wenmin from Ziyun City. Correct rate, 90%. I passed. The last one is Zhang Xuan from Tianxian City. Correct rate, 100%. What? 100%. And that means he answered all the questions correctly. Alright, those who have been called may come inside to participate in the second round of the exam. All 3 qualified examinees have been named. Are you leaving because you can't keep lying anymore? Who is Zhang Xuan? Come over for the second round now. Wait, you? You're not Zhang Xuan, are you? It's me, I'll be there soon. Zhang Xuan, he is, Zhang Xuan. He answered everything correctly. But you didn't even know what the exam questions would be, did you? Plus you haven't even read any books on alchemy. He actually got a full mark. What should I do? I was being rude to him only a while ago. Now the second round of the examination begins. 10 types of herbs are placed in front of you. You have 15 minutes to write down their names, properties, and usages. You must be 100% correct to pass this test. The test begins now. Green root grass. As expected, the content of those books I've just read is included in the Library of the Heavenly Path. This kid seems very confident about the second round of the examination. This herb. Could he really be a genius in alchemy? He not only knows much theoretical stuff, but also can recognize all these herbs. Wow, he finished already. No way, do we really have a 1 in a million genius here? What do you think of the answers, Oh Yang? Just take a look yourself. Okay, I hereby announce that only one person has passed the second round of the exam. Only one person. It's Sun Tao from Liilian City. It's me. It shouldn't be. I double-checked all my answers with the Library of the Heavenly Path. There's no way I'd make any mistakes. How come I fail it? May I ask what mistake I made, gentlemen? He must be kidding. He's actually questioning alchemists in person. You misspelled fish scale grass as dragon scale grass. But don't be discouraged, since you were able to get full marks in the paper test. You must have had a lot of knowledge of herbs. You will definitely pass the test next time as long as you observe herbs more closely. Yes, you are still young, you still have plenty of time to prepare for another test. As long as you stay open-minded to learn and practice diligently, it should not take you long to become an alchemist's apprentice. You mean this? Are you really sure this is the fish scale grass? Of course, its rhizomes resemble fish scales and the branches and leaves are greenish-gray. What else could it be? Isn't it the fish scale grass? Of course not. I can't believe you don't even know what type of herb this is when it's a part of your test. You were too hasty to come to the conclusion that I didn't pass the test. If you don't believe me, just check the books in the room outside. Please, send someone to bring us the book at the bottom of the 7th row. Overview of special herbs. Hua, go get it. Yes, sir. Turn to page 17 for the detailed description of the fish scale grass. He even remembered the page number. We picked the fish scale grass randomly. Our choice of herbs was kept a secret, so it is impossible to cheat. He immediately pointed out the name and location of that book, as well as the exact page. This kid truly has a good memory. Is he right, Oh Yang? Since it is not the fish scale grass, it must be something similar. Of all the herbs, the only one that resembles its appearance is dragon scale grass, the one I took down on the paper. If you think dragon scale grass does not exist, go back to the room I mentioned. In the upper right corner of the shelf on the 4th row, there's a book written by Lu Daxian, titled Encyclopedia of Rare Herbs. Of course, if you don't believe me yet, there's still another way to identify this herb. Fish scale grass has mild effects, and some milky white liquid can be seen when its rhizome is cut open. But this herb has cold properties. When being cut open, it'll flow yellowish liquid and disperse damp and cold air. You two are both experts in herbs. It should be easy for you to identify it. Let me have a look. He's right. It is indeed not the fish scale grass. Sir, do you still need me to bring you the Encyclopedia of Rare Herbs? Nope. Wait a minute, if that's not the fish scale grass. What about Sun Tao? So, I failed the test. It seems we got it wrong. Since it's indeed the dragon scale grass, you would be the only person who passed the second test. Son, are you alright? This is the badge of the alchemist apprentice. You can enter the Union's primary library with this badge. You may also enjoy discounts and privileges when you're purchasing pills sold at the Union. Thanks a lot. After spending all the hard work passing the exam, finally I can get into their library. By the way, you may choose to become my disciple to learn alchemy. Or you may simply choose me. You'll gain more exposure to the practice of alchemy, and I believe you will become a real alchemist in a few years with your talent. I am a teacher at the Hongtian Academy and one of the time travelers. How could I run errands for you or become your disciple? Sorry, but I have no intention of working for an alchemist for now. I was being hasty. You just became an apprentice and it's still early for that. Take your time considering my offer, then. Yeah, you should really think it over. You'll learn a lot and become an alchemist sooner by working for us. By the way, do we have any pill that activates special corporeity for humans? The pill to activate special corporeity. We do. However, every corporeity is different, so the type of corresponding pill varies. If you get the wrong pill, not only will the activation fail, you may even suffer opposite effects. Then, do we have books on special corporeity and the corresponding pills? May I borrow some? There are indeed plenty of books on that topic, but those are all in the advanced library. According to the rules, only officially recognized alchemists have access to that area. I am not even qualified to borrow those books for you. Indeed, only official alchemists study these topics such as pills and corporeity. Those books are only stored in the advanced library. If you really want to read these books, you may choose to follow me. With your talent, you can certainly try to take the test to become a first-class alchemist. You'll be able to read whatever you want once you make it. Since when did you become so shameless? Plus, you will get privileges in all the Alchemist Union's headquarters as an official alchemist. You'll have priorities when buying or looking for herbs. Just save it, so you just won't let me borrow those books, right? I've put a lot of effort and time into passing this exam, but all my waste is in vain. Well, you must be an alchemist if you want to read the books in the advanced library. This is a rule established by the Union. If you really want to study the activation of special corporeity, you'd better find a way to become an official alchemist first. Since I must be an alchemist to gain access to the advanced library, how do I take the alchemist qualification exam? I can't give up now. I must give it a try. You made a wise decision, as long as you... What? What did you say? Give it a try. Alchemy holds a high position among the top 9 upper professions. One must spend years of hard work becoming an officially recognized alchemist. You want to take the test? You've got to be kidding me. Being an alchemist requires not only to know herbs and tell their differences, but also to pick the correct herbs, extract the active ingredients and purify them, and finally refine the pill. There are thousands of refining techniques alone. The qualification exam is not an easy one. Indeed, any mistake in any part of the refining process will lead to a total failure. Success only comes after careful study and repeated practice day and night. It can't happen overnight. It's that complicated. The fresh competition will be held in 2 weeks. I must solve this problem in 2 weeks. What is the point of becoming an alchemist if it can't be solved? But it seems that I won't be able to become an alchemist in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Zhang Xuan, don't be overly ambitious. You are under 20 years old now. You'll break the historical record in Tianxian Kingdom if you can become one before you turn 30. You could never do it in 15 days. I advise you to learn everything step by step and study hard. Don't take it so easily. Fine, it's so troublesome. I'll skip the exam and think of another way. Alchemy is one of the most respected professions in the world, plus you are so talented. You've even studied all those herbs. Wouldn't all those years of hard work be a waste if you don't pursue this path? Years of hard work. It only took me 4 hours. What is he talking about? I've got other things to do, since it's so complicated to become an alchemist and the exam even requires me to refine pills. What? I'm sure I won't be able to master alchemy in a short time. I'll just give it up. Wait, we still can talk. Refining pills is not the only way to pass the alchemist qualification exam. There is also another way you may choose. That one possibly suits you better since you have such a good memory. You are saying. You guess it right. But, you should know the consequences. He'll face a severe penalty and even a permanent ban if he fails the test. I know, but it's the only way to become an alchemist in a short time. Pill refining requires thousands of hours of repeated practice and countless amounts of herbs. It's too hard to learn it in such a short time. But. No buts. We can tell him that method, but it's up to him to decide. Please stop signaling to each other. Please just tell me what this another way is. There are 2 types of alchemist qualification exams. The first type is the common practice. As long as you successfully refine grade 1 pills, then naturally you will be recognized as a first-class alchemist. This is also the conventional and standard way. As for the second type, it's not about refining pills, it's about debating. A debate. Yes, all of the top 9 upper professions. One is said to be the noblest, the noted teacher. I'm sure you have heard of it. An erudite noted teacher can guide people in their learning process, including cultivation, alchemy, equipment forging, formation and so on. However, it takes a great amount of time for people to become a noted teacher alone. Then how could they have extra energy to learn alchemy and equipment forging, or even become a professional alchemist and equipment forger? How could they instruct others if they can't become a professional first? In order to solve this problem, a special way of alchemist qualification exam, the debating test, was invented. Take alchemists for an example. To become a real alchemist, you have to practice a lot. You can only do it by repeated practice, but a noted teacher surely doesn't have so much time to practice. So he only needs to fully master the theoretical knowledge of alchemy. In other words, there's no need to actually refine pills by myself. I can pass the exam as long as I'm able to discuss the theory correctly. Of course, but this test is not as easy as it sounds. You will need to debate with several official alchemists. You will discuss many details of refining pills, but a single mistake will lead to failure and severe repercussions. The debating test. With the Library of the Heavenly Path, as long as I have enough books and knowledge, it would be a piece of cake for me.